Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another edition of Wrestling Results here on this channel. Impact on Access TV results November 4th, 2021. The night begins on Before the Impact. Brian Myers and the Learning Tree, VSK and Visky Dice versus Sam Beal, Rich Swann, and Willie Mack, BTI exclusive match. After being on the receiving end of a 3-on-1 beatdown from his former teacher, Brian Myers, the Learning Tree, Sam Beal has found some unlikely allies in Rich Swann and Willie Mack. Beal headbutts Zicky to the floor. Myers distracts Beal and following VSK to gain control with a running drop kick. Now that Beal is down, Myers tags himself in and continues the assault. Beal creates a separation with a spinebuster to himself. Myers and then makes the tag to Swann. Then the pace quickens as Willie takes out the Learning Tree with a dive to the outside. Myers counters the handspring cutter from Swann into a sit-down driver. Moments later, Swann successfully hits the handspring cutter before making the tag to Beal, who pins Myers with a roster cut. Sam Beal and Rich Swann and Willie Mack defeats Brian Myers and the Learning Tree, VSK and Zicky Dice, BTI exclusive match. And all new Impact from Sam's Town in Las Vegas is on the air. Steve Macklin versus Rohit Raju, with Raju Singh versus Lorado Kid versus Black Taurus, with Crazy Steve X Division Championship #1 contenders match. Who will be the next challenge to Trey Miguel's X Division Championship? We will have to find out in this four-way clash. The action is fast and furious from the opening bell as Rohit takes out Macklin with a dive. Lorado hits Taurus with a Cardona from the top. Lorado hits a top rope moonsault, colliding with everyone on the outside. Raj gets involved from the outside ring. Involved from ringside. Sorry. Wow. What is going on the past 2 days? Following Rohit to take control, Taurus hits Macklin with a pop-up Samoan drop, but Lorado breaks the pin with a springboard senton. Moments later, Lorado almost puts Taurus away with a springboard splash. Rohit hits a flatliner on Lorado for 2. Lorado comes back and hits Rohit with a driver for 3. Lorado Kid defeats Rohit Raju and Raj Sin and Steve Macklin and Black Taurus with Crazy Steve X Division Championship #1 contenders match. After the match, X Division champion Trey Miguel comes to the ring and shakes hands with Lorado Kid. Steve Macklin attacks both of them from behind, but Trey and Lorado work together to send the big man retreating up the ramp. An interview with Gia Miller, Madison Rayne declares victory over the Knockouts champion Mickie James tonight. Gia has heard that Madison is also set to host Locker Room Talk with Knockouts World Tag Team champions, the Inspiration. But Madison doesn't know what she's talking about. Gia Miller interviews Ace Austin and Madman Fulton before Fulton goes on one-on-one with Chris Sabin tonight. Ace brags about beating Sabin himself last week. Ace reveals his new t-shirt that reads, "I beat Chris Sabin." Violent by Design is in the ring, led by Eric Young, who is now medically cleared to compete. Young talks about how Rhino made the wrong decision when he betrayed VBD and reunited with Heath. Young says that it's once again time for the Master of Violence to get his hands dirty. Sorry, excuse me. And it starts right now. Young's opponent comes to the ring, and it's a local competitor from Los Angeles area. I don't know how to pronounce his name. Vidal. Young claims that Vidal has the disease, but he can give him the cure. Young versus Vidal. Young makes quick work of Vidal as he hits a power bomb out of the corner, followed by the pile driver to win. Eric Young defeats Vidal. Knockouts World Tag Team Champions, the Inspiration, arrived to the set for the Locker Room Talk, but it becomes apparent that they were set up for the former champs. Decay, Havoc, and Rosemary play mind games with Cassie Lee and Jessie McKay as the words "turning point" appear written on the mirror. Moments later, Gia Miller interviews the Inspiration. Cassie Lee's game plan is to fight Ghost with Ghost and begins her search for the undead bridesmaids, Kimberly and Brandy Lauren. Impact World Tag Team Champions, the Good Brothers, Doc Gallows and Carl Anderson versus Finn Juice, Juice Robinson, and David Finlay. Finn Juice looked to get themselves back in the Impact World Tag Team title hunt as they face off against the champions in a non-title match. Finn Juice knocks Gallows off the apron, but the distraction allows Anderson to toss him to the outside. Gallows delivered a big boot to Juice on the floor. Gallows wears Juice down with a grueling headlock. Juice fights out of it with a jawbreaker to create separation and make the tag. The pace quickens as Finlay takes out Gallows with a springboard crossbody. Finlay hits a backbreaker on Anderson for a 2. Anderson avoids the Doomsday device, leading to a flurry of action that takes everyone off their feet. Out of nowhere, the Bullet Club hits the ring, bringing the match to an abrupt end. Impact World Tag Team Champions, the Good Brothers versus Finn Juice, ends in a non-contest. Chris Bay, Hikaru, and El Phantasmo lay out both teams before standing tall with the Impact World Tag Team titles. Hernandez tells Johnny Swinger that he can help him raise money to open a new Swingers Palace in Las Vegas. Scott D'Amore tells Finn Juice that they'll be facing the Bullet Club in a Impact World Tag Team Title #1 contenders match next week. Knockouts World Champion Mickie James versus Madison Rayne with Caleb with a K, Knockouts World Championship. One of the greatest rivalries in Knockouts history is renewed as new Knockouts World Champion Mickie James defends her title against Madison Rayne. Mickie is in control as Caleb tries to pull Madison to safety. Mickie drags her back in the ring and hits a flapjack. Madison distracts the referee, allowing Caleb to push Mickie James off the top rope. Madison hits a flurry of kicks, followed by a neckbreaker to turn the tide. Mickie turns her attention to Caleb once again, and Madison capitalizes with ripcord cutter for 2. Caleb tries to slap Mickie as retaliation for what she did to him last week, but he misses and hits a steel ring post. Mickie takes Caleb out of the equation by tossing him into the steps in the ring. Mickie James soars off the top and pins Madison Rayne to win. Your winner, Mickie James, as your champion, defeats Madison Rayne with Caleb with a K. After the match, Mercedes Martinez confronts Mickie James and reminds her that she won the knockdown tournament to earn a Knockouts world title opportunity. Martinez announces that she will be challenging Mickie James for the Knockouts world title on November 20th at Turning Point. Maybe we might see Bray Wyatt and Braun Strowman there. Maybe. Knockouts World Tag Team Champions. The Inspiration find the Undead Brides in the back and ask them if they want to face Decay on their behalf next week. Kimberly and Brandy Lauren seem interested as their search for fresh souls continue. Josh Alexander, Eddie Edwards, and Matt Cardona tell Gia Miller that they all want the same thing, a shot at the Impact World Champion Moose, but tonight they must be on the same page as they team up in a 6-man tag team match action tonight against Moose, W. Morrissey, and New Japan Pro Wrestling legend Minoru Suzuki. Madman Fulton with Ace Austin versus Chris Sabin. Chris Sabin seeks revenge on Madman Fulton for costing him the Call for Your Shot gauntlet at Bound for Glory. In his match against Ace Austin last week, Sabin uses his speed advantage to send Fulton to the floor. Sabin goes for a dive but is caught in midair and chokeslammed on the apron. Fulton remains in control with a jumping clothesline off the second rope. Sabin launches himself off the second rope, taking Fulton off his feet with a crossbody to the outside. Sabin counters with a swinging slam, then rolls up Fulton to score the victory. Your winner, Chris Sabin, defeats Madman Fulton with Ace Austin. Next, we have Impact Wrestling presents Turning Point, streaming live November 20th at 10 p.m. Eastern Time on Impact Plus and YouTube for Impact Ultimate Insiders. The Inspiration defend the Knockouts World Tag Team titles against Decay. Lorado Kid challenges Trey Miguel for the X Division title. Mickie James puts the Knockouts World title on the line against Mercedes Martinez and more. This Tuesday on Impact Plus on YouTube for Impact Ultimate Insiders, Jordan Grace defends the Digital Media Championship against John Skyler. Don't miss an all new Impact next Thursday at 8/7 Central on Access TV and 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time on YouTube for Impact Insiders. Decay take on the Undead Brides. Bullet Club Bullet Club battles Finn Juice in a number one contenders match for the Impact World Tag Team titles and more. And so now we have our main event of the night. We have Impact World Champion Moose W. Morrissey and Minoru Suzuki, Josh Alexander, Eddie Edwards, and Matt Cardona. Minoru Suzuki makes his Impact in-ring debut in one of the most star-studded six-man tag team matches in Impact Wrestling history. Eddie Edwards, Alexander, and Cardona have the momentum. Following a flurry of dives to the floor, Cardona hits Moose with a top rope missile dropkick. Suzuki locks in an armbar on Cardona, allowing Moose to turn the tide. Moose, Morrissey, and Suzuki wear Cardona down as they cut out of the ring and employ quick tags. Cardona creates separation with a code breaker to Moose, giving him the opportunity to tag in Alexander. Moose gets sent for a ride as Alexander hits him with one German suplex after another. Morrissey counters with the C4 spike, but ends up getting hit with a German suplex instead. Edwards hits Morrissey with a blue thunder bomb for a 2, but battle lines have been drawn as both teams exchange strikes in the middle of the ring. Suzuki connects with the Gotch pile driver on Alexander. Morrissey hits Edwards with a thunderous big boot, followed by the power bomb to win. Impact World Tag Team title, Impact World Champion Moose with Morrissey and Minoru Suzuki defeats Josh Alexander, Eddie Edwards, and Matt Cardona. Impact goes off the air. That's your full results for you guys for Impact Wrestling results. Thank you guys for watching. Please subscribe. Hit that notification bell so that way guys do not miss an upload here on this channel. So guys, tomorrow morning we will be doing our SmackDown full show results, and then right after that's uploaded, we are going to follow up with AEW Rampage right after that. So, like always, every week. So this is our new shows time. So it's every morning on a day after. So. But anyways, guys, thank you guys for watching. Please subscribe, hit the notification bell so that way you guys do not miss an upload here on this channel. I'm Unstoppable, and I'm out.
Hey, everybody, it's your boy Skiz here. And if you don't subscribe to Swann and the Unstoppable Denominator, then you are a toothy bumfuck, pussy-ass bitch motherfucker.